In just a matter of seconds, a Charlotte Uber driver says he was scammed out of his social security number, birth date, and phone number. And then he says that information was changed in the Uber system. Now, it raises a lot of new safety and security questions for drivers and riders.
Channel 9's Damani Lewis spoke to that driver and took his concerns to Uber.
Well, whether you are driving here in Uptown Charlotte right now, or maybe you are actually riding in an Uber, heading home, watching us on the WSOC mobile app, guess what? This story impacts you, and here's why. All of your vital information is right here on the Uber app, and guess what? Scam artists, they know that, and they're coming up with creative ways for you to give them that information, and you won't even blink an eye.
I consider looking over my proverbial shoulder.
This now former Uber driver doesn't want his name known or his face shown, but wants his message heard.
Beware of any phone calls you get.
He's worried about his personal information. His full name, social security, date of birth are now in the wrong hands.
I do not know when and where they're going to come at me next.
He was duped by a scammer actually posing as an Uber representative. He received a call on Friday night, actually, while he was headed to a call right here on Mint Street. Well, the Uber representative told him that his account had a complaint filed against him and his account was suspended.
Well, the reason why is that the photo on file that riders have to look at didn't match up with me.
The scheme stemmed from a legitimate concern. Uber tightened its verification process earlier this year after the death of University of South Carolina student Samantha Josephson. Police say a fake Uber driver picked her up and killed her. Our driver gave up all his information immediately because it was a busy Friday night and he wanted to get back on the road.
And since they already had my social, my birth date, and pretty much every piece of personal information I have, it didn't seem to be a big deal.
Didn't raise any red flags?
Not at one bit.
And we did reach out to Uber to find out what they're doing to keep customers and drivers' information very safe. And they do tell us, number one, that they are aware of scams like these that are happening. And they say they will never call drivers or passengers for verification. And they have a two-factor authentication process to protect accounts. They use that process to verify their drivers as well as their customers. And then, of course, this is a story we will continue to stay on top of. As for the victim in this, he says he has now gotten a new, he's working to get with Lyft to continue driving for that rideshare company. Let's send it back to you, Scott.
All right, Damani, thanks very much. A lot going on in that story. Now, it wasn't just Uber that made changes after Samantha Josephson's death. A new law in North Carolina went into effect last month, making it a crime to impersonate a rideshare driver and requiring rideshares to have a light, and that will be by next summer. They have to all have that. South Carolina created a similar law in June.